What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, in this video, I want to talk about the great players that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played against in his illustrious 20-year career, which spanned from 1969 all the way through 1989. And he truly played in what is considered the golden era of the NBA. So I want to look at the top 75, which is really top 76. I want to look at the top 76 players of the official NBA list, right? And I want to go down the list and call out the number of players that he either played against or played with during his 20-year career. All right? So, players that he played with or against, mostly against. That would start off with Nate Thurman, Charles Barkley, Rick Barry, Elgin Baylor, Dave Bing, Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Dave Cowens, Billy Cunningham, Dave DeBusschere, Clyde Drexler, Julius Erving, Patrick Ewing, Walt Frazier, George Gervin, Hal Greer, John Havlicek, Elvin Hayes, Magic Johnson, of course, his most famous teammate. Moving along, Michael Jordan. Played against Michael Jordan, obviously competed against him. Next would be Jerry Lucas, Karl Malone, Moses Malone, Pete Maravich, Bob McAdoo, Kevin McHale, Earl the Pearl Monroe. Next on the list would be Akeem Olajuwon, Robert Parrish. And then next would be Willis Reed, Scottie Pippen, Oscar Robertson, played against him, then played with him, Dennis Rodman, no, he didn't go against Bill Russell. Take that back. Didn't go against Bill Russell. Russell retired a year before he played. Next would be John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Nate Thurman, Wes Unseld, Bill Russell, Jerry West, Lenny Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins, and played with James Worthy. Of the 76 people on this list, I just named 44 that played with or against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 44 of the 76 greatest. No other player on this list can match that. None. And yet, against such grand talent in a league with fewer teams, which meant that you played against the best more often than you played against mediocrity, Kareem was able to amass 6 league MVPs, an NBA record. He was able to win 6 NBA championships. He was able to amass 38,387 points with only 1 3-pointer made. He wasn't overly reliant upon free throws. He's going to still hold the NBA record for most field goals with 15,837. He connected on 56% of his career shots. And he was unstoppable. He had the most unstoppable weapon in the history of the league. Now, some people are like, well, he only had 2 finals MVPs. Well, I mean, okay, that's fine. But the first one came in 1971 when he was only 24 years old. But then the second one came when he was 38 years old. 38 years old. He's the oldest finals MVP in the history of the NBA. Which means that even though he didn't win finals MVP in 4 of the other titles that he's won, that being 1988, 1987, 80, and 82, although we argue that he probably should have won MVP in 80, but that still presents an argument that he could have won MVP. He could have won MVP, but the honor went to someone else. And other times, you could have made an argument that Kareem should have won MVP. But, it's only important when you're trying to argue against someone, right? But when we bring it up about Steph Curry, this is the thing about the new age generation and their biases. They hold it against Kareem that he only won Finals MVP 2 out of 6 titles. But if you bring up that Steph Curry only won MVP once in his 4 titles, here come the excuses. Well, I mean, he wasn't, they decided to go another way. And, you could argue that the numbers suggest that he should have won it, but out of my face. But anyway, shout out to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.